Hi Pisces, welcome to your story. My name is Chris, and my style is I have pulled cards, and there's two stories, and I'll read the two stories individually, independently from each other, and then we'll see if they're related as we read as we go. This could be your feminine, masculine energies. This could be two different thought processes with two different perceptions of beliefs around the same topic. This could be the choices of two things. You're trying to see which job you want or which career or where to, if you want to live here somewhere else. I don't know. We will find that out as we go. But basically, two different storylines, and then at the end, we'll see if they mesh together, if they're correlated to each other, or if they're just two different storylines for going on in your life. So, the two first cards are Trust and Faith and Knighthood. Trust, faith, and knighthood. This to me feels like I think they call them like light workers, light warriors, warriors of the light. If you've ever heard those terms, or that the idea is that you are somebody who is uh, naturally born of more of a light quality, and not that. You definitely more on the path to being a light worker. You're somebody who, well, there's a part of you that is um, very spiritual. What am I trying to say? Because I can feel it so clearly. Basically, you're either working on in this time of your life or in this lifetime, um, working on trusting your faith, trusting the spiritual world more, trusting in the nature of the universe, the laws of the universe to guide you through your life, and with like a very trustworthy abandon, like a you're going into battle, you're going into the battle of blind faith, almost blind faith in a positive way, not in a negative way. So let's keep that in mind. Basically, light worker story. So this is fated meeting and the Queen of Keys. So this feels like there's either somebody in your life or an aspect of you that you're meant to meet, to have a conversation with, to come together with, but you two right now are not seeing eye to eye. You're not agreeing on something. This could be another spiritual person or somebody who challenges your spirituality or your faith. But it's like a soulmate, and right now you're not agreeing, or you're not on the same wavelength or timeline. Yes, okay, so the next two cards, mortification and conjunction. Yeah, there's a part of you. It's like this is like it needs to come apart to be put back together first. So maybe if this is a relationship, let's say it's a relationship with a person, you guys were together or you guys met, and then you guys had an argument and you separated because you couldn't agree, and this is like there's a time of separation where one or both of you needs to work on something by yourselves independently to then come together. And this could of course be a part of you, like, so part of you needs to dissolve, needs to, I want to say get away, but needs to be faced and laid to rest. That's where for you to come into balance within yourself. Which part of you? The last two cards. So the part of you, I think, yeah, okay, yeah, it's very clear storyline. So there's a part of you that you could be very self-deceptive. You could be very. You can gaslight yourself. That's what that feels like. You can be very good at gaslighting yourself. so good at it that you don't really notice. It's like, well, this is logical, and you take it as logic, but you're really gaslighting yourself into a perception or reality or a thought or a belief. Um, and the taming, so this is the coyote and taming the wind cards. So, yeah, there's a, okay, so let's say you have a hard time in conversation, or um, you have a habit, there it is, you have a habit of hearing a story to sort of like try to see if you're going to fix it, or if you hear a problem, you kind of want to give somebody perspective on how to help be helpful, or and you value yourself, and it's almost like a second nature thing that you just do it now. Whether the person asks for advice or not, somebody could be coming to you just because they want to vent, and that's it. They don't now listening. They're not really looking for you to say anything, but they don't say that. And then, but you always listen to people in a way that like you always want to see like, oh well, that's the problem. If they want to fix it, then they would think. But it goes through your head a lot. Like you do that in your head a lot, whether or not you tell the people, well, if you want my advice, or it doesn't matter, you do it in your head. And I think this is what needs to dissolve, what needs to go, the part of you that's not necessarily active listening. You want to work more towards the active listening part. So you just listen to this person talk, and then it's like, if there's a feeling, there's an instinct or a knowing, there's an insight that comes for them, it's organic, right? It's not like you trying to use your logic and your experiences and your own wisdom to put together a fix or an answer or a reason why this is happening. You're not trying to put it together. Active listening is you just active listening. You clear yourself. There's nothing going on. No opinions in your mind. And if something comes, and if you practice, if you meditate enough, you'll feel the difference between, okay, this is me and my logic trying to create some reasoning, and the other one is like, oh, I wasn't thinking about anything. This just came to mind. So this is the part that perhaps is worth sharing. And try not to put too much of your own perceptions or your own beliefs or your own ways of interpreting it. Maybe sometimes deliver it the way that it was dropped into your own mind. Yeah, so that's it. There's a part of you that listens to respond, listens to have something to say, listens to be the one with the wisdom, the with the insight, with the life-changing, helpful thing to say. Uh, and it's saying, trust more that if that is your purpose, or if that is something that you're meant to do at the moment for the person, that it will come, they will drop, that your spiritual team will do that for you. Because I think a lot of the you trying to place and fix everything is coming in the way of you knowing the difference between a fated meeting, like a guided experience, that this person had a question and the universe led you to have this conversation because they knew that through you could drop the wisdom, but you're so busy doing it by yourself without sort of the help of the universe or your spiritual team, that it's actually getting in the way of at least delivering messages in a more pure or more uh, cleaner way, is what yeah, okay. All right, so that's story number one. Hi, baby. Story number two. Male, female, and karmic relationship. Okay, Pisces. Male, female, karmic relationship. This could be gender reassignment. Like a transgender. Storyline. This could be a relationship between you and somebody else. that is here to teach you something or to be worked on and to be purified. Well, let's see what that is. Okay. Alright, so the ascent and the increscent moon reversed. So this is a card of, so you see a guy on the top of a mountain here. But the story is that it wasn't necessarily easy. It was a full journey up a mountain with all of its treachery, with all of its hard work, with all of its perseverance and devotion and that kind of thing. It's not necessarily always easy. You do have to push yourself and challenge yourself at the time, and that's the only hard part is. But if you see it as a challenge or as a positive, mountain to climb, it's not like hard work. It shouldn't feel like hard work. It just feel like, okay, well, now I have to push myself a little harder. The ego part of this, though, is that there is a flow even to going up the mountain. And if you're not paying attention, you can work too hard or effort too hard and you lose yourself, or you drain yourself, or you hurt yourself, or you make some bad decisions because you tried too hard. The hard work I'm talking about is still a flow thing where, sure, sometimes you're going to have to get a little bit uncomfortable, but it's still within the flow of things. And this is in crescent moon in reverse. This is the savior energies. Okay, so if you haven't met this person, or if you haven't worked on this, or if you're transitioning, you're still not on the mountain yet. You're still on the journey to the top of the mountain. And so this card is telling you that right now you're efforting, right now you're working on that aspect that I was talking about, like it's hard work and you're really going strong at it. It's almost like the lesson here is for you to learn to balance your masculine and feminine energies so that even through the highs and lows, you're constant. What's the image? The ocean wave, the ocean. You have to learn how to ride the wave no matter how turbulent. If you are in balance and in control of yourself, you can ride the wave no matter how smooth or turbulent it is. So this is basically saying save your energies because you have quite a bit more of a journey to go. Don't work so hard that you drain yourself, and then the journey is just not as enjoyable and not as fruitful as it could be. Oh, that's funny. So the yellowing and the sublimation. The yellowing is like a dissolving, is like a transition, and the sublimation is like an ascent. So it's very similar to, excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. I can feel it. Excuse me. I'm okay. My cats always bless me. Bless you whenever I sneeze. In their own little way. Hi, cutie. So yeah, so it's this yeah, there's this part of you, maybe like hard work, or you need to do things. It's almost like you need to balance these two parts of yourself, this male and female part of yourself. Get comfortable with both, because once you're comfortable with both, it's the transition, it's the state of being. There it is. It's the state of being that's going to make it so that through this trekking up this mountain, through this journey that you're on, it'll feel like you're being elevated. It'll feel like even during all of the ebbs and flows and the highs and lows, you'll still be comfortable. You'll still be able to manage this journey. The last two cards are the Sacrifice and the Sun. Yeah, okay. Yep. Same messages. There is a part of you that you need to leave behind. That's why it's such a karmic. It's like a karmic lesson within yourself. And this, of course, could be with somebody else, where you're here to teach each other, or you need to. This relationship is here to teach you. That's what it is. This relationship is here to teach you to keep yourself balanced, keep yourself in control, keep yourself as much as possible. In a state of calm and just comfortable knowing that no matter what happens, as long as you have you and you know that you are supported and you're in control of your emotions, that no one can knock you off of your flow, that's it. That's the part that the sacrifice you need to do is any habits that are getting in the way of the balance between discipline and flow. So you want to be disciplined enough to get into the flow, but not so disciplined that you work harder, and by working hard at getting into the flow, you can never get there, or you actually miss it. It's the balance of knowing what to drop in your life, when to prioritize yourself, when to meditate, when to ask yourself the hard questions. I don't know where that came from. There's a balance there. If you're too disciplined, then you're working too hard, you'll drain yourself, you'll be tired, you won't enjoy the journey as much. But if you find that balance between, if you want to veg out, then the opposite is the vegging out, is the laziness. If you find a balance between the working too hard and the laziness, you will get right into that flow. But the balance requires you to, one, sacrifice the hard work and sacrifice the laziness. That's what it is. And then the Sun card means, like, once you've got this, you're ready to go out there. You have everything you need to go out there. But the problem with the Sun card is, if you're not in balance, your ego will take over, and these two, you go from a time of working hard and then crashing and then feeling like you're lazy, but that's because you don't have energy, because you didn't conserve enough energy on the journey. You spent it all trying to get to the top, you never got to the top, and then you become lazy and discouraged and all those things. So there's a balance here that you're getting to. Okay, so these could be related. So if this is a relationship between you and somebody else, right? You guys are not getting along because, one, your mind is always trying to, like, find the fix or be the savior or be the martyr or something. That's a part of you that you need to sacrifice, and the working hard or the being lazy, the highs and lows, being out of control, being extremes. Find yourself more in that moderation, in that middle balance place. And this could also be the two aspects of you who, well, if you're out of balance, then you lose trust, and you lose that connection with your trust, your faith, your loyalty, your, like, light worker ways. You lose that connection because you're too busy efforting, working too hard, that you miss the signals, you miss the flow. Okay. Yeah. So this might resonate with somebody. If you're a light worker and you do spiritual work, when you're not centered within yourself, and you still go to work and you still do readings or you still do energy work for somebody, you end up doing the work from I'm trying to fix the person type of way, rather than a knowing that, like, you are doing the work, and if the message come through because the person is ready, or it's the right time for it. But if it doesn't, you have to get comfortable with the fact that you won't always have the breakthrough or the life-changing information or the life-changing session that you want, because you want the person to get, you know, their money's worth. Yeah, so it's get in the flow. Otherwise, you find yourself in this place of like self-deception of like, but I must give this person the equivalent to the session that they paid for, otherwise they'll feel like they wasted money. That's not the flow. The flow is, I'm open to receive, I'm open to serve. Let's get into the messages. And if one message comes through and it doesn't resonate and that's it, you have to be comfortable with that. And if 15 messages come through, you have to know that those 15 are coming for that person. And it's okay. No matter what it is that you're saying, it's okay. Hi, baby. That's it, Pisces. That's what I got for you. I hope this helps. If you want some more details or some more help about anything, let me know. Send me an email and we'll do some private readings about anything you want to know about. All right. See you next time.